What's up guys, Smith here, back again with a new daily Nasdaq update video. A lot has happened since last Friday, because Friday we had a pretty big pump up because of the Jackson Hole Symposium news. It was a big news day. There wasn't only the Jackson Hole Symposium, but of course that one was the most impactful with the Powell speech and everything. So let's see what changed in the market because of that. And for that, I first want to start at our 1 hour time frame. After that, we're gonna get into the high time frames. Because what happened here, it's also on the 2 and the 3 hour, but I want to draw it in on a 1 hour. This is your last high that brought you towards a new low. I talked about this low in the last video, or the video from Wednesday, that maybe we can expect some upside from here. Because in combination with your daily structure, which is still up until we're gonna break below this low, you can expect a higher low for a new higher high. So that could be a place we can put in that higher low. But because we have this really nice swing high on the weekly time frame, and we have these equal lows on your weekly time frame, also on your other time frames of course, but on a weekly you can really see it. That is just a strong magnet for the market to trade towards. This is also your daily low, but if we're gonna sweep this low and get a really strong reaction up, it doesn't really matter that you take out this low, as long as we're not gonna get body candle closing below this point. There's nothing to worry about, and your uptrend is still intact. But of course we can trade up from here, because what happened from this point, this was your last high that brought you towards this low. You came up, put in a higher low, and now you put in a higher high, and also breaking this structure point. So with this break of structure, you can expect for the market to put in a higher low between this low and this high. So you expect a higher low for a new higher high. So this break can indicate that we can finally target all this trend liquidity on the left here, even though on the high time frame on the weekly we maybe want to trade towards these lows. But right now, because we have a break of structure, the longs are more into our favor because we expect a higher low. Does this mean we can't go towards this low anymore? Of course we can. It doesn't mean that we instantly are gonna get this higher low and this higher high. We have more reasons to think it's gonna happen, but it doesn't have to, so we'll need to watch local confirmations. As you can see, we are rejecting this breaker block right here. It's a pretty relevant one because it's the last one that brought you towards your higher high and your all-time high, and from that point we started grinding down and you just dump right through it. It wasn't tested back yet, and right now we tested back this breaker block. It's also pretty much your last resistance before all this trend liquidity. So this can also mean, okay, our last resistance is being tested away right now, so we don't have to test it anymore, and when we put in that higher low we can just push right through into this liquidity because pretty much all your resistance is gone. Of course this is also resistance because it's the last point where the bulls tried to go towards these highs and the sellers really took over and dumped right through. So this is also a resistance point because this is pretty much your extreme resistance before starting in this liquidity trail. So with this break, we are expecting a higher low. Where do I expect this higher low? Well, as you can see, I have this breaker block and this zone. This zone is just old liquidity from this price block. Is it that relevant? Well, but maybe the market wants to test it back. This breaker block is the really relevant thing to look at right now, because as you see, it comes from here. The breaker block comes from here, but I drew it all the way to the left. Why? Because I want to show you why the breaker block is here and this pullback was here, because it is there for a reason. as you can see right here, it was used as resistance. Right here, it was used as resistance once more. After you gained that support and resistance zone, you used it as support. You used it as support once more. Support once more. After you dumped right through it, once again, you used it as resistance. Used it as resistance once more. After you gain it as again, use it as support. Are you getting the hang of it right now? Try to use it as support right here. After that, use it as resistance. Also a reason why I have this box in my chart. And after you gained it, we can maybe use it as support once again for that higher low and a new higher high. This is really a point where I'm looking for longs. If we get local confirmations, of course, because if we zoom in, you can see on the lower time frame, we are pretty much down until proven otherwise. We are creating a pennant right now with leaving open our highs and taking the liquidity from the lows. So until we're gonna get a break, well, like this one on a 50-minute, maybe it's more, oh, wrong tool. Maybe it's more clean on a 30-minute. Yeah, as you can see, internally, you put in this lower low, a lower high. Right here, you put in a lower low and a lower high. So if you really want a rotation towards highs, you need to break above this 30-minute high, and from there you can expect a higher low and a new higher high towards these highs. That is for now, of course. We are not in this breaker block yet, and we maybe can create even more price action throughout the day, like this. Do something like this. Then of course your break of structure would be right here, and from there you can expect the upside. So we still need local confirmations. We can look for longs. Right now it's down until proven otherwise, but this is your first point to break to really get bullish again. If we zoom in, this morning there was an interesting thing happening. I want to look at this price block over here, because what happened? Well, as you can see, we're building up liquidity on the highs and we're taking liquidity from the lows the whole time. We also had some SMTs right here. We also had these SMTs. They're also relevant for what I'm gonna explain to you in a bit, because this is beautiful market behavior. London down until proven otherwise. We took out Asia low, S&P 500 didn't, and the Asia low took out lunch low, which the Nasdaq didn't. We got some SMTs, which can indicate we can get rotation towards the opposite side. Well, as you can see, when London took out Asia low after the big dump, we got a reaction up, getting in a lot of buyers or FOMO buyers. Those FOMO buyers are gonna get scared right here because the market all of a sudden turns the other way before taking out liquidity. So they're gonna panic sell their positions. From there, you're gonna get a reaction up. Right here, you're gonna take out liquidity on the highs. So a lot of people started buying in this move. But of course, this is just a trap for the market to get in some buyers to create liquidity for themselves. This is the first trap. As you can see, they all get taken out right here, and you get a liquidity hunt with an SMT. What happens then, after you get this break of structure right here? Really a lot of people are gonna get bullish because they think, oh well, the first wave of buyers is liquidated here, we have another SMT, we're leaving open this low, we have a break of structure, what can we expect? A higher high, a higher low, and a new higher high, which isn't a strange thing to think. But they missed a couple of things. Of course, this pennant, you're still bearish until proven otherwise, and we had these equal lows. What are the equal lows? Most of the times they are a magnet for the market to take out. But for that, sometimes they have to take more liquidity from the highs, or they have to build up more liquidity for themselves to take out liquidity from the equals. Well, where are you gonna take liquidity in this local price Nowhere, because this is just a big dump down. Can they push price up all the way towards those highs? No, so they gotta create liquidity for themselves. And that is happening right here. So all the people that thought they were smart right here, entering their long positions, actually got trapped even more. I wouldn't have looked at longs personally right here, even though you can be bullish, because right here, if they want to position themselves in short right here, because you took out liquidity right here and build up a lot of bullish liquidity on the lows, it's of course a nice place for market makers to position themselves for shorts. So what I wanted to see to get really bullish, of course, this break of structure is one, but I also wanted to see this high get taken out. Because if they are positioned short here, they want to protect this high. Well, what happens? You get the break of structure, getting in, again, way more bulls. And they can position themselves again from all the people that started selling in this down move and after you took out this low and got bearish too early. So they got manipulations from both ways. They got the sellers in for their own liquidity to enter sell orders, and they got the bulls in twice to create targets for themselves to buy back their sell orders. So it was a double manipulation right here. Because you didn't take out this high, it's highly likely that they're positioned in shorts, and after that you can see we just started coming aggressive towards the lows and eventually take out those equal lows. So don't get fooled by the market in these types of things, and really know what to look at and how to read consolidation blocks like this. It maybe sounds difficult when I say it like that, because a lot is happening in this consolidation block and you really need to combine what is happening at the higher time frame and really get into the mind of the market maker what their goal is for this consolidation block. So if you don't understand this, watch this back, really try to understand what I'm saying, and then go and backtest it for yourself, because this is a really powerful thing to understand. And if you're interested in talking with us real time and asking us questions, which you can do when watching this video, there's a Discord link in the description. It's a free community where we connect with other traders, where we can talk about the markets, learn from each other. You can ask, of course, questions about things like this to me, and in that way we can grow together and get better at this game called trading. So if you're interested in that, feel free to join the community. I would love to see you there. And let's finalize this analysis for now. So after explaining that local price point, I want to talk about my trading plan. My first plan was, before we took out those equals, maybe the equals are gonna be enough for the market to reverse back up. But for now, we are pushing through these equals pretty big. We are pretty far below the equals already. So do I think that is gonna happen? We will have to see, because we had one last liquidity point right here that the market could take out, and it did take it out from here. So do I want to get really bullish soon? The market would need to react from this and would give me some kind of break of structure. Well, where is your last structure? There's not really any structure in this move. So it would need, well, right now it would need to break this. It would need to leave open the lows, and then you have some indication you can do this. Or it would need to form some kind of range once again, and it would need to play out our consolidation model on the Nasdaq to give me long entries as well. So this is really the last point for me to look at longs, and otherwise it's gonna be in this zone. And from there, of course, I need the same local confirmations because for right now, locally, we are still down until proven otherwise. So it needs at least a break of structure to look towards the opposite side once again. Well, this will be it for today. If you enjoyed this video, leave behind a like, leave behind a comment, and subscribe to the channel to be updated on future videos. And then I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Ciao!